Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm going to talk about two of my earliest fascinations, both Star Wars and the Atari 2600. This is a game based on the third Star Wars film, Return of the Jedi, which I haven't really touched on too much. Sorry about the flicker. I've tried adjusting my camera as best I can. It'll come and go as the game plays. Yeah, I don't really discuss the Return of the Jedi that much, just because the other two have been such big components of my channel. But I just thought, okay, I've talked to death about Hoth. Let's switch it up. Let's talk about Return of the Jedi. And I didn't even know this game existed, this Ewok Adventure. It was made by Parker Brothers and was going to be released alongside the big Empire Strikes Back cartridge that they released and the lightsaber duel game that they had made. They were going to also release this one. And I think what had happened was the crash was just about to occur and it just didn't. I think the Atari 2600 was fading away. So there's an interesting story though that I read up when I grabbed this ROM off Atari Age. You know that old adage, oh, my uncle works for enter video game company here, Nintendo, Sega, whatever. And it would always be those kids around the playground who knew somebody who used to work at this video game making company. This ROM is actually belonged to somebody who, quite literally, his dad worked at Parker Brothers. And they had this Atari cartridge prototype, and he somehow got his hands on it through his dad, but he didn't have an Atari to play it on, so he just kind of put it on a shelf and forgot about it for decades. Then it came back to life. It's been released to being downloadable, this prototype ROM. And I didn't even know this game existed until somebody on YouTube was playing it. And I thought, I've never seen this. And I thought, okay, I got to give this a try. So enough rambling. I'm going to give it a whirl. What you're playing as, it won't be very clear, but you're this kind of flying saucer thing. And what that is in Return of the Jedi, when the Ewoks are fighting against the Imperial forces on Endor, one of the Ewoks is seen in multiple times in a hang glider, throwing rocks or doing whatever he can in the battle. This is who you are. You're actually that Ewok in the hang glider. So I'm going to press start, and this is me. So I'm kind of, oh, and there's an ATST. I better move away from him. And you're flying over Endor, and there's a stormtrooper to the left. There's even speeder bikes. Oh, another ATST, better avoid. It looks a bit like a shoot 'em up. You can hit the button to throw a rock, I guess is what that is. You have a limited number of them. Oh! Oh, wow! Oh, you can actually take over there's an Ewok down there. You can take over the ATST. Oh, and it's gone already. Oh, and I've got it again. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I had heard that was possible. I didn't know how you could do it. There's a speeder bike. Okay, so I guess you've got a limited time. Can I take over a stormtrooper? Probably not. No. Don't want to hit one of my buddies. Yeah, this is really quite a neat looking game because it's got the nice scrolling effect. And as you pull up and down on the joystick, you go lower down and higher up. Ooh. Not sure what that's referring to. Am I running out of time to do something? Oh, and there's the bunker. Now, I've heard you can't actually go any... Oh, I don't... Oh, interesting. I didn't know that you were supposed to do that. I guess you go into the bunker and you blow it up and you get a bunch of points. Now, what I was going to say is, continuing along here, is I know you can go to the sides. Like you can actually, there's a whole world side by side here. You're not just limited to going up in like a shoot 'em up level. I thought it was that kind of a game. Can I take over this? Oh, let's see. Can I get that speeder bike? And you have these blue levels and the green levels for most of Endor. Oh, there it is. Now I'm on the speeder bike. Whoa! It's very hard to control. Trying to get the stormtroopers. Okay, so... Well, he shot me. Oh, and then as the Ewok, you run to the bottom of the screen. All right, I think you get to the river. Yeah, and now you're back on board your hang glider. I don't know that the up and down really makes a big difference. Maybe that controls how far you can shoot. Let's see if I can take that ATSD again. No. But it's a very impressive game. Like, I like the look of this thing. I wish they had released this. And I didn't even realize how you could take over the base. Let's see. Okay, can I get in? Nope. How did I manage to do that before? How did I take over the ATSD? Not entirely sure. I think I'm getting low on lives here, so let's see if once again we can take on the, or destroy the base. It's going to be another case of like, now that I want to take out the base, I won't figure out how to do it. Let's see, can I at least take over this guy? Nope. So it looks good. It's a very hard to control game, though. See if I can get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, get him. Nope. Oh. Okay, get him. No. Him? No. How did I do that before? Interesting. I think that's game over. So, yeah, very strange. Let me do one more game here. See if I can figure out how I managed to do that first destruction of the base. And how did I take over these guys? It was like I pushed the button at exactly the right time or something. Ooh. Okay. It is a prototype, so maybe there's still some problems with it. I've actually seen Lawn Boy's post, 1975. He's done a video about this game himself. It's from a few years ago. And he described the ATSDs as being a bit like Q*bert, which I can kind of see. Yeah, it's Q*bert on legs. Now I just got to the base, so let's see. How do I get back up and how do I finish? And what does that music indicate? Can I go over this? No. See, you can't go over that horizon. And I guess the base is on one specific map. So let's go off to the side here. It was a green one, wasn't it? Let's see what's up here. Nope. Okay. Let's turn around, turn around, turn around. Okay. Let's see if we can find the base for the power for the shield generator. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, let's go down here. Oh, wait a minute. There's actually, I can barely make out. Now, this thing kind of fits the screen strangely, but there's an arrow pointing to the right, so I'm going to go that way. And then maybe I will find the shield generator base again. Or maybe not. There it is. Haha, it did work. Okay. Now, do I just go in there? Yes. And then he runs down and he blows it up. Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. So yeah, for an unreleased prototype, this is actually a very good game. I mean, it looks nice. I like the ability to take over things like the ATSD, which of course I'm never going to be able to figure out how to do again. Speeder bikes are a bit hard to control, but that's alright. Now I know to look for that arrow thing. Oh, don't shoot. Don't shoot your buddy. Okay. And it's got a neat combination of like shoot 'em up level and strategy, and you can take over stuff. It's too bad they never did release this. And I think, oh, got him. There we go. Now taking over. I don't know. I don't seem to be able to destroy the speeder bikes though. And if we can just get the base, I guess I'm getting close now. Oh, maybe I was supposed to do that slower. Give it one last try. No, I guess not. Game over. Ha! Well, there we go. That is Ewok Adventure for the Atari 2600 that was going to be released by Parker Brothers. Just a prototype. Really amazing looking game, actually. I think it looks great. It plays very interestingly. It would have been a nice addition to the Atari library. I don't know, maybe the timing was bad on it, you know, just the end of the, sort of the crash of '83 was coming in fast and furious, so they probably didn't release this, or this must have come out after '83, maybe '85. The date is on the story. I'll post down below the thing that I read up on how this ROM came to be, and the guy whose dad literally worked for Parker Brothers and just left it on the shelf. But But there we go. That is this video for now. And until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.